Evening. I'm back in the van because why not? And today I made a keto brioche loaf, and I wanted to share the recipe and the process with everyone. So here it is. So you start off with 240 mils of warm almond milk, and then I'm adding 3 teaspoons of instant yeast to that, giving it a bit of a stir. It needs to be warm to activate the yeast. It's instant dried yeast. A little bit of maple syrup to feed it. Give it another little stir, and then you can put that to one side. And then we start in here with 90 grams of ground flaxseed or linseed. Put them in my grinder, and then that's 90 grams of coconut flour. Add to that the ground flaxseed, 90 grams. Then 26 grams of ground psyllium husk and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And then add some salt to that, along with 100 grams. I use erythritol because it's a keto recipe. And at this stage you can either add 8 large egg whites or 4 large eggs. I usually go for large eggs. And then give it a good mix up. Add the yeast mixture to it. Give it another mix. And at this stage you add 56 grams of softened butter. And then you give that a good old mix, combine it all together. And then a loaf tin with parchment paper. Divide it into 3 equal sized balls in your loaf pan. It is a brioche loaf. It doesn't come out in 3 bits at the end though, you'll see. It comes out in one loaf, but this just helps with even cooking throughout it all, I think. I chose almond flour to put on the top. Now you're going to need a baking dish with boiling water to stand the loaf tin in. Damp tea towel in the oven at 100 degrees. When that's done, take it out, give it an egg wash on top, and then you pop it back in the oven for another hour at 180. Now I only put it in for 40 minutes. I've got a fan oven and it can be quite urgent, but as you can see, it's a small loaf, but it's a loaf nonetheless, and if you're missing that sort of thing, this can really hit the mark. I didn't let it cool for as long as I could have, but you'll see, I mean, I can make a sandwich out of that, or dip that in soup, and I don't feel like I'm going without so much. And if you do let it cool, it firms up.